Another method to build a QA craft structure is to import from external sources. QA craft supports two types of external data sources. It is an Excel file and an XML file in the format known from the quite commonly used Testlink tool.
Dość powszechnie wykorzystywanego narzędzia typu Testlink.
In general, the important possibilities are endless. As long as someone is able to bring the data imported into QA craft to one of these two standards. If this happens, we can easily import even quite large structures. We tested structures with 10,000 to 12,000 test cases. Of course, they are based on the standard mechanism of creating issues in Jira. So this operation, with such a large volume of data, must take a while. Okay, then yes. We have previously prepared two sample files containing data in Testlink and Excel format. Let's start with the first case. Jira side menu, two options, two functionality, import from Testlink to QA craft and import from Excel to QA craft. After selecting the correct file, its structure is automatically recognized. At this point, on this stage, we can decide whether we want to import everything from this data source or whether we want to select individual test cases and import only what we marked in the test tree structure. Additionally, we can decide what our test plan will be called. This XML import goes into the current project. Now, I am in the QA craft presentation project. If I import the data now, it will go to this particular project. Let's call this test plan. Test plan import from XML. And let's mark something. We select everything, or we mark the nodes of interest to us, or we mark the test cases we are interested in. Then, the entire structure needed to create the tree structure is automatically selected along with the parent objects.
Zaznaczony obiekt nadrzędny w postaci test suite oraz samego test planu.
It is a small structure. Let's check all the data we need to import. Click on Import. At this point, the structure is created through the Jira API. As we can see, for the 5 test cases, it is created immediately. We are in this particular structure. What can we say about it? It has 5 test cases that are not done because they just imported. Let's take a look at the tree view. This is our previous test plan, which we created manually from the very beginning, and this is the one we just imported from the XML file. You can see that the structure we have here exactly matches our structure that we saw in the tree form in the imported module from the XML file. Here we have an example structure. Maybe let's use some more difficult case. Our test cases that we use to the test QA craft. By the way, we will use a different importer, an importer from an Excel file. The principle of operation is very similar. Of course, we limit the selection only to Excel files. Here you can already see the structure, which is correspondingly larger. We have several dozen test cases.
Mamy parędziesiąt przypadków testowych. Zaznaczmy sobie.
Let's select everything and click Save.
I kliknijmy Save. W tym
At
momencie
this point, a new test plan will be created in the current project. QA Craft presentation with the same name as the Excel file. It will automatically contain those specific test suites that we see here, together with specific test cases. There are several dozen of them, so the entire operation should take several seconds.
jest ich kilkadziesiąt, więc cała operacja powinna zająć kilkanaście sekund. I mamy.
And we have the structure imported. After correctly performed import, we can automatically transfer to the initial node of this structure, the test plan, its parent object.
Noda tej struktury, czyli do test planu, czyli jej obiektu nadrzędnego. Sprawdzimy sobie na Preview.
Let's look at the preview, where we can see that another test plan in our project has been created. It was named exactly like our XLS file. Of course, this name can be changed at any time. At this point, I will change the name to imported from XLS file. I will approve the change, and we can see that after expand all of the whole tray, we can see that it is the same structure that we saw in the Excel imported module. What can we say about it? It's a little bigger. These are our actual tests with which we manually and automatically test QA Craft. 93 test cases divided into 7 test suites. I don't have any requirements attached here. We built a fairly large structure very quickly. These tools are helpful when switching from another tool to QA Craft. The migration of several dozen test cases should close within a few hours.
Kilkudziesięciu tysięcy przypadków testowych powinna się zamknąć w czasie paru godzin.
After a few hours, we already have our test repositories defined and we can work in QA Craft.